Good morning, children. In the previous classes, we have discussed how Britishers came to India and they became the actual rulers of our country. We know that they were traders, also merchants. They came for trade purpose. Later on, they captured the whole territory of our country and they became the rulers of our country. So when the Britishers arrived here, already there were many other European countries trading with India. So there were quarrels or battle between or the fights between these European countries. So here the finally it became, in order to capture the territory in India, Britishers waged a war with many of the European powers here. At the same time, they also fought with the local rulers here. So that is one important Battle of Plassey, or the war with the Indian rulers. That is very important because here we begin the Britishers begin to the rulers of some of the regions in our country. Okay, later on from the Battle of Plassey, they are capturing one by one territories in our country. So here we know Bengal was one of the very prosperous province under the Mughals. Also, after the Mughal rule became weaker, the regional provincial governors or became the rulers of their own territory. So here, when Alivardi Khan died in 1756, Siraj-ud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal. Alivardi Khan was the Nawab of Bengal up to 1756. After him, Siraj-ud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal. The company also was worried about the power and keen on a puppet ruler who would willingly to give trade concessions and other privileges. We know that the company means the English East India Company, they were much worried because about the power of the Nawab. We know that Siraj-ud-Dowlah was also a powerful Nawab, but the company or the English East India Company wanted a puppet Nawab, a puppet ruler. What is puppet ruler? Puppet means you know that a doll which is attached with a string. According to the movements of the strings, when the person we can handle them. Okay, so the puppet or the doll moves according to the hand movements of the person who is playing it. So such kind of Nawab, which means only the person who has to obey the orders of the English East India Company. That is what the company wanted, such kind of a puppet ruler in Bengal, so that the ruler will give them all the concessions for trade, also all privileges, special powers will be provided to the Britishers. So that was the aim of the Britishers. But so it tried without success to help one of the Siraj-ud-Dowlah's rivals to become Nawab. So there were many enemies also for the Nawab, so that the Britishers wanted these rivals, any rival person to become the Nawab also of Bengal. So here, so they also paid some bribes, okay, money or to this type of rivals of Siraj-ud-Dowlah in order to help them. Okay, so here the Siraj-ud-Dowlah also, he was very powerful ruler, also asked the company to stop such kind of meddling or such kind of political affairs in his kingdom, and also to stop fortification, asked them to pay the revenue. Okay, all these demands Siraj-ud-Dowlah put on the Britishers, but they were not ready to pay the revenue. They were continuing the fortification around their factories and warehouses. Okay, so here so when these negotiations failed, Siraj-ud-Dowlah took his army, about 30,000 soldiers, and they went to the factory where Kazim Bazar, that is that was captured. The Siraj-ud-Dowlah captured the regions or factories or warehouses, everything of the British, also made them under his control. So here also captured the English ships. Okay. Then he marched towards Calcutta, and there he established control of the company's fort there. They started fortification as we have studied. So all these forts were captured by Sirajuddaula and became the British companies, and their factories, warehousing, everything became under the control of the Sirajuddaula. So here Sirajuddaula defeated the British in this battle. So here, on hearing this news, okay, the fall of Calcutta was defeated. The Britishers were defeated in Calcutta. The company officials who were in the Madras region, Madras province in South India, they had all this failure of the Britishers in Bengal province. So they came here. So the Robert Clive was the governor of Madras province. So when he heard of this failure of the British in the Bengal region, so Robert Clive came with a naval force and also army. Also he started negotiations with the Sirajuddaula, but here Sirajuddaula did not hear any of his negotiations. So Robert Clive led the company's army against Sirajuddaula in the Battle of Plassey. So for the first time, Britishers waging war with the Indian ruler, that is Sirajuddaula, in 1757, and the Battle of Plassey occurring against the Robert Clive and Sirajuddaula. So here we know what happens in this battle. One of the main reasons for the defeat of the Nawab, Sirajuddaula was defeated and killed here. And why it happened, even though he was so powerful ruler, he had such large army also. Mir Jafar was the commander-in-chief of one of the commanders of Sirajuddaula. He was against Sirajuddaula. He was aiming to get to become the Nawab of Bengal. He did not participate in the battle against the British. So he did not support Sirajuddaula. Mir Jafar did not support Sirajuddaula in the Battle of Plassey against the British, so that British could easily defeat Sirajuddaula in the battle. So it was very famous because it was first major victory of company against an Indian ruler. First time the company or East India Company is waging war with the Indian ruler, and they were successful. So after the defeat of Plassey, Sirajuddaula was assassinated, killed, and Mir Jafar became the Nawab. The company appointed Mir Jafar as the Nawab. So company was still unwilling to take over the responsibility of administration. They did not want to become the Nawab of Bengal. They just wanted all the privileges and trade concessions from the Nawab. So here they appointed Mir Jafar. After the Battle of Plassey, Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. Okay, so here after that soon company discovered that it was rather difficult for even the puppet Nawabs were not always as helpful as the company wanted. So here they also were not satisfied or happy with Mir Jafar. So here what happens, the company what can do, when Mir Jafar also protested, Mir Jafar also came to know that company always disturbing the administration and not paying the revenue. It was difficult for the Nawab Mir Jafar also to administer the kingdom. So that he also protested against the company. Then company deposed him, removed him, and Mir Qasim was placed in his place. Okay, so when Mir Jafar was removed from power and Mir Qasim was appointed as the Nawab of Bengal. So Mir Qasim also was defeated in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. Mir Qasim also opposed the English, and there was another battle occurring with the company, and Mir Jafar also was engaged in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. So here his aim also was to drive out the English British men from Bengal. But here also Mir Jafar was reinstalled when Mir Qasim protested against the British. The Battle of Buxar occurred in 1764, and again Mir Jafar was placed in the post by the Britishers. Where Mir Qasim was defeated, okay, by the Britishers. So here Mir Jafar again was placed in this post of Nawab. Now here the Nawab had to pay 5 lakh every month as well as company's expenditure. He had to pay an amount of 5 lakh every month to the Britishers. Okay, so here also the demands, companies demands whatever without paying the revenue for the trade and all concessions they were demanded from the Nawab. Okay, so here we know that again Nawab or Mir Jafar was unable to look after the administration of the kingdom. Then he died in 1765. So the company also changed its mood. They wanted to become the Nawab of Bengal region. So here finally in 1765 when the Mir Jafar died, this time Mughal emperor appointed the company as the Diwan of the province of Bengal. So company appointed the Mughal emperor appointed company, the British, as the Diwan of the region of Bengal. Bengal province was handed over to the Britishers completely. So here we know that when the Diwani allowed the company to use the vast revenue sources without asking the Mughal ruler or the Nawab of this region, the company can directly collect the revenue. That was what was the demand of the company, collect revenue also. So now here the Britishers were allowed to collect revenue from Bengal regions directly. Okay, so here we have already studied Bengal was one of the richest provinces in India. So that the vast or prosperous region of India and the vast region had a large revenue or huge revenue the Britishers collected from there. So one of the another advantage was that Britishers earlier used to bring gold and silver from Britain to pay for the expenditure of in India and also to pay the for the raw materials also. Here what the Britishers now did, they stopped bringing gold from Britain and started paying the revenue or collecting revenue from the Bengal region. Same money they used to pay for the goods purchased from India. Okay, so in the coming lesson, classes, we will study about the how company becomes Nawab or the official rulers of other regions of India.